Welcome to Pitch Your Business. Thank you very much for joining us. Today we have three wonderful people from different entities. Of course, Pitch Your Business is a competition that is done by the Northwest University, Radio Pulpit, IM Youth, and TBN Africa. Now we have these very representatives of these organizations. On my left, I have Given Masilela from IM Youth, an online
radio station.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to talk more about that.
Yes.
And then on my far right, I have Dr. Johan Landsberg. Did I not butcher your name?
It's 100% correct.
Manager of the Beehive Enterprise Development Center with the Northwest University. Welcome here and thank you very much, sir. And then on my immediate right, I have Jean Lang Harmse, a Radio Pulpit Corporate Communications Manager,
That's
right?
it. Yes.
Lady and gentlemen, welcome here and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
So I'll start with you, Jean. What goes into organizing such a wonderful competition?
Well, Pitch Your Business is a new creative idea. It's something innovative. So we got together with the university, with TBN, we started to brainstorm, and out of that, everything happened. So putting that together and organizing that is quite a handful because you work with different organizations and we do everything to the T. So we plan each and everything that's going to happen. Doesn't matter whether it is a radio interview, whether it is the training that I have to start, but everything is really planned to the T.
Wow. Wow. Thank you very much for that. Now, what is the involvement of IM Youth in the whole thing? I see that some of the stuff that you have been doing is being the MC last year and this year, which is done quite well, and well done to you for that.
Thank you. Okay, so IM Youth is essentially we're a radio station and media organization. We also focus a lot on anything that has to do with, let me not say anything, but mostly on what has to do with developing young people. So it's radio and media, particularly targeted at young people across Africa, but mostly focusing on South Africa. And then we have entrepreneurship. This is our contribution to the Pitch Your Business project. So entrepreneurship and education. And then we also have counseling as well. So that's where our involvement comes from, especially with the consideration that if you look at anywhere within Africa, we are, in terms of when you look at all continents, we're very rich in terms of youth. Yeah. So anywhere, if you're talking unemployment, you're definitely going to have to include the youth into that conversation, right? So that's where we come in. So in ensuring that young people are aware of the project, in ensuring that they understand how to participate in the project and that they're always considered within the project. And then in terms of my involvement specifically as IM Youth's coordinator, so I am part of arranging a lot of the campaigns, making sure that they launch, making sure that the interview questions are ready, making sure that whoever is part of building up to the event is aware of what's happening and when.
Oh, wow. Well done.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, let's come to you, Dr. Landsberg. Prof. Herman spoke so wonderfully about Beehive. How long have you been involved with Beehive, and what kind of exciting stuff have you seen? It's a short space of time, only not even 2 years since we started with this wonderful competition. But what's your heart towards all that we are doing?
Well, I love the community part and uplifting people. So I've been with the university almost 11 years now, and all that time involved with the Beehive Enterprise Development Center. And it's interesting to see that there's a lot of similarities when we do community projects face to face, and the type of feedback we get from Pitch Your Business. You can see the growth of the participants as they move through the phases. And some of them pivot their ideas, and that's like music to my ears, because when we start, the first thing we do is we say, well, great stuff, you've got a good idea, But by the way, these are the tools you can use to better your idea. So it's wonderful then to hear, you know, somebody say, my idea was this, but now it's this.
Wow.
So that they move their ideas. And I think we could see it this year. The standard has definitely lifted.
Improved.
Yeah.
Wow. So as Beehive, do you get involved in the process of transitioning the original idea into what it evolves to be, and how do you get involved?
Okay, so our main focus is the training part. So we share the tools, and I always say, you know, starting a business is like baking a cake. Once you have the recipe, you can decide, is it a vanilla cake, is it a chocolate cake? Sorry, given I know you're hungry, but so we try to share the recipe. So it's not about us being clever. We share the information, and then it's up to that entrepreneur to really make something of it. Yes, we're there to coach and mentor and to find clever people if somebody needs a specific answer. But it remains the responsibility of the entrepreneur.
Yeah. Well, for businesses, people always say it's between 3 to 5 years where you can get to break-even profitability. What are the expectations from Beehive's side in terms of these businesses reaching a fruition stage?
That's a bit of an unfair question in the sense, you ask me how long is a piece of string. For me, it really depends on the type of business and where they play. I think compared to when we were young, to the youngsters now, I think they have so much more tools and opportunities. You can create a fully online business with just a smartphone. And such a business, and if it's in the services space, can actually be profitable from day one. So it really depends on, you know, is it bricks and mortar you need and a factory? And even there, we advise people to say, you don't need a factory. You just need a factory that will manufacture for you.
Wow.
A lot cheaper. So we try and help them to really think creatively and outside of the box, that they can be profitable with the minimum amount of money.
All right.
But the scope is from day one to maybe to year five depending on the type of business.
Oh, that's wonderful. What kind of challenges, Jean, have you come across organizing this in terms of communication, in terms of planning? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, this year it went quite smooth. But we started last year. So this is the foundation that's been laid. So we saw at the start with the first, in 2023, with the first Pitch Your Business, for example, it was online. And the training was online, and we saw, okay, but it's not working totally because some of the people don't have access or their signal is not good.
That's the challenge that we have in Africa, right?
Yes, absolutely. So then what we did is we recorded everything. It was recorded by the university, and then they could get the training. It's still online, but it's a video. It's not directly online. So that was a challenge, but that worked out very well, and we know now this is how we have to do it. I think something else is we looked at different categories. So at the start we thought, okay, we would have a category for innovation and a category maybe for saving water. And we saw that but the people are a bit scared. They are not entering. So then we opened it up and said, no, you can come with any idea and you have to be 18 years and older, and that, you know, from there onwards you can be as old as you want to be. Yes, and that also worked. We saw the people just started to enter.
Wow.
And that, I think, we are learning in the process.
Wow. From a youth perspective, what would you say is your view in terms of looking at finalists and winners? Because as far as I'm concerned, we can't just say there's one winner.
Yes.
It depends on how we view the competition or that particular business at a time. But over time, I think all of them are winners.
Yes, yes, yes. I think the biggest competitions around us, they've taught us that number one is not always the one who runs with it. I'm not saying that's going to be the case here, but I think it's to speak to your point that it's number one is not the only winner necessarily. I mean, some of the ones who might have not been part of the finalists, we might find that we're meeting with them and they're sponsoring in future, you know. So I think the view for me, particularly from young people's side, is I do in future want to see and have us help young people understand that business, and I think this is what you touched on as well, Johan, business is quite a long-term thing. And it does depend on some businesses will take longer to make a profit and be successful and be considered having benefited from a project like such as Pitch Your Business. And then some businesses will turn a profit, I mean, by next year, which is what can make some, which I think is the battle we have as young people, especially in the world of social media, where you can see a business thriving or someone building a business and thriving tomorrow and forget the type of business that you decided to be in. Yes. So I think that would be my view.
Wow, thank you. Thank you. You speak like you're dealing with young people indeed.
Yes, I absolutely do, yeah.
Well, what can we expect as a way forward?
Our dream is to make this even bigger and better. And like Dr. Leone said, to make the training more formal and also available to each and everyone that enters. And that speaks to what Ewan Given has said, to say everybody's winners. You know, if you've completed the training and you're using it, you're a winner. So we would like to go big on making that available, and I would love to see the numbers grow. And then if we can have the funding to also bring the entrepreneurs from our neighboring countries, if they're in the final, to also get them in the room. Because we've seen yesterday, that's where the magic happens in terms of the final. You need to be in the room.
Wow, wonderful. And from you, Jean, what can we expect in terms of more involvement, communication? What exciting stuff can we look forward to in terms of 2025?
It's bigger and better. I think we always want to go bigger and better. And
just add water.
Just add water, yes, absolutely. So, from our side, that is the vision. It is a new idea. So, in a certain sense, this is also a new business.
In itself.
In itself.
Yeah.
So, we are growing. So, we saw the development from year 1 up to year 2. We saw that we almost doubled the figures, and we had we were on the way to 400 people that entered.
Yes.
Wow.
And that was from 200 to on the way to 400. And I hope that we will double that again, because it's really about the people who are part of this, who take part. Because it's about those businesses, about the entrepreneurs, because many times entrepreneurs really they have a lack of knowledge. And when they get that, they can get there. So that is our heart, to get the message out there, to get knowledge to people, to get the businesses to grow and to get communities to grow.
Wow.
Okay, if I can add a little bit to what Jean is saying, I think particularly for young entrepreneurs, I'm hoping that we can get to a place where Pitch Your Business is able to offer, because there's a lot of young people who come from different backgrounds, trying to build their businesses. And this is a conversation that we did have in the early days of setting up Pitch Your Business. I would love to see something like business hubs, where young people can literally walk into a building. There's a fax machine, there's a phone, there's a conference room, there's a place where you can have your meetings, computers to give you access to the internet. I don't know how that would look at a large scale and doing it for Africa at large, but I do think that those are some of the real things that young people need to have access to in order to have their ideas come to life. One of the most important things that I think have happened to the world is the democratization of being able to, for example, the fact that a person can have a YouTube channel and build a a TBN, if you understand what I mean, from within their room with their phone and whatever camera they have, so if we can give that kind of access, that they don't have to wait until the job pays hundreds of thousands in order for them to start building. I think for me that would be magic.
That's really wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We are now going to go straight into the finalists, the winners themselves, and hear what they have to say, how they have experienced their whole wonderful journey. Let's go to them. It is really wonderful to be speaking to the finalists, not only the finalists, but also the winner of Pitch Your Business 2024, Hlalisi Fika. Sir, well done.
Thank you very much, Lucky. It's been quite a lengthy journey, but it is something that we have looked forward to, and it's been quite what I would call a team effort.
How's your family feeling about this achievement?
More excited than even I am. They've drowned out all the energy that I've had in me. I mean, it's been a semi-sleepless night, if I could say the least about it, yeah.
What are some of the challenges that you have faced putting this together? Not only just for the competition, but the business idea that God placed in your heart.
It's been about having to deal with converting what is in one's mind as far as the vision is concerned. And it has been about pressing as close as possible to what you see in your head versus to what is already in the world. And so with that, it's been through a series of successive failures over time. I think this is basically our third pivot. But as to what they say, that the third time is a charm when you are actually dealing with all manners of factors of life, even with challenges, I believe that holds true.
I think it was Arnold Schwarzenegger who said something, or Sylvester Stallone who said something to the effect that the 100th time is the charm.
Yeah. That
you have to fail 100 times before you get it right.
I think it was Sylvester in Rocky, I believe, and to running up the stairs. And I believe with that, failure for me has been part of molding Scalpel for me. And it's one that has chipped away at that clay before it gets to harden. And in that context, I've just taken it to a point that at this point in time, we are ready with whatever it is that the world can throw at us. And I say we many times rather than even I, because I've grown up with that mentality that wherever we go, we take things as a team.
Wow.
And being that what I understand what business is, you want to see an individual in front of you here, but it is always a team effort and a team spirit. And it is one that I've even taken it as far as to what the meaning of what this competition has born for me. It is something that I had to even bring home, being that it's a birthday gift for my brother.
Wow.
As I said, it was his birthday 2 days ago, and I just felt like so strongly about it.
I am sure you are grateful to the Northwest University. What do you want to see in the next 3 years of this business?
First and foremost, I would really like to thank to express my gratitude to the partners, being the TBN, Northwest University, I Am Youth, and Radio Pulpit. They really came through at a time where we thought, things were quite bleak, to be honest. And it's something that it showed that in this effort where people have felt that, you kind of just talking, you're just talking fairy tales. And from that point of view, with what it is that we've seen and taking it forward, an institution like the NWU and an initiative like your Pitch Your Business 2024 has proven to us that our vision and our dreams are actually valid in the real world to actually help people.
Wow.
And so in what it is that we see in the next 3 years, it is actually building a journey or carving out a path for ourselves to becoming one of Africa's most progressive consumer groups that we could actually be starting from where we are right now.
Wow, well done, dear sir.
Thank you very much.
As I'm speaking to you, I can't help but think, just add water. I'm sure it's going to be one of the things that, or one of the slogans of the business.
Indeed, the actual slogan of the business is Bake, Munch, Smile, because we believe that, as I'd even said in the pitch, we want to make baking great again. I know that has been a fiery allusion from another slogan we shall not mention, but making baking great again is even, when you distill it down to what it's simplified, is that you know, once you put together what is supposed to be simple in a format of what baking is supposed to be, and generally the enjoyment of food, is that you're supposed to bake man smile when you're done. And what simpler way is it for you to do by just adding water?
Yeah.
That it's that simple, but sometimes is that the best ideas actually come from the most simplest of concepts, but it's underestimated how long and how hard it takes for you to complete the journey of what that concept could be.
Sally, congratulations.
Thank
Well
you very
done.
much. It's been quite a wonderful interview, and I'm actually just looking forward to what's following ahead of us.
Estelle McCabe is the second runner-up of the competition. We all know it by now. It's entitled Pitch Your Business 2024 with the University of the Northwest. Tell us a little bit about some of your successes before you tell us about what this business is all about.
I'm doing this business part-time. And yes, I had cancer in 2021, 5% chance to survive. And yeah, God prompted me to stretch me out to what lies ahead. And in that same year, Wind Warrior was started off. I've made the first product. The logo even started to be registered and so on. And the products that what we manufacture is beeswax and natural products, wound and skin condition ointment, and all about hair scalp spray, my only proof of its effectiveness. And what we purchase and resell, Phyto-Unique for aches and pains. I've used that one myself during the period that I had cancer. Highly effective to alleviate any form of pain.
Wow. The name Wound Warrior, was it inspired by what you were going through?
Yes. Wind Warrior also because of the beeswax. I see a bee like a warrior also making the product. And yeah, Wind Warrior definitely linked with my own journey. And so I am Wind Warrior.
Wow. Now, looking into the next 3 to 5 years, where do you want to see your business?
Definitely expanding, giving hope at more outlets. The way that we work is I like to, via consignment, that other people can also have like a second income. So if it's smaller businesses, like chiropractitioners or health and wellness businesses, but also from bigger outlets like Van Heerden pharmacies we are at, but also trying to see other large pharmacies to perhaps approach them as well.
Wow. Congratulations and well done on this. And I'm sure you are grateful for platforms such as the Northwest University, so that we can look into growth and expansion of the business.
Yes, I've learned a lot. Thank you, thank you. I've grown a lot. It expanded my vision, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the way ahead as well.
Well, are we looking at having a lot of money after this?
As we grow, we sow. So yes, my heart is not to accumulate. I just want to be like a river.
Well, congratulations and well done. Okay, so well done on coming this far in terms of this wonderful business competition, Pitch Your Business. Tell us, how did or what inspired the name Garden in the Sky?
I was having a problem at home, of which it hit home like it was a pain. We had to extend the house for us at home, so we canceled the garden that was at the back to extend. So I was wondering where can we start planting, and I was looking around. I couldn't find anywhere, so I found, okay, I can develop a garden that goes into the sky. So that's where the name came from. So.
Have you always been fascinated by agriculture or growing plants or food specifically?
Yes, of course. I have been looking forward to produce food, because self-sufficiency is one of the things that really one have to have. Like, we know the energy, we have to be self-sufficient in energy and also in food. So if you can grow your own crops, can grow your own food, then you can be a happy family. Because
Have you always been inspired by plants? Has it always been your passion to grow food or anything around agriculture?
Yes, of course. It has been always the inspiration for me. And I also did apply for farming, like from the onset. So that was my passion.
How did that go?
I graduated with advanced diploma in crop sciences. So I'm a scientist by
Wow,
yes.
wow. So at what point did you then decide that let me turn this into a business?
I did it long ago. When I started, I knew what I wanted to bring into this industry. And then that's where I started designing and then bringing concepts. And then that's where Garden in the Sky was born.
So how far is the business in terms of growth and in terms of where you want it to be at this point in time?
We are still in the shadows, but we are developing because the business now is upscaling from the prototype to the main production. So we are in the shadows, but we are growing.
I'm sure organizations like the Northwest University, when they help with such initiatives, it kind of gives you a breather, especially in a place where it seems you are just doing everything on your own.
Yes, it helped me a lot because also I had to learn to collaborate with people, to meet new people and network. And then, yeah, that's where business is mostly done, like networking and through other people.
Where to from here?
I'm going to Unicom, the Universal company. I want to be Universal. I want to be a main supplier and have a manufacturing plant somewhere that deals with the production of the hydroponic systems.
Yes.
That's where I want to be.
At this point in time, this is my last question now. What does your clientele look like?
Oh, my clientele, I'm focusing on the household garden because that's where my pain was. And also I'm looking also for the urban farming people, the people who are located around cities and towns with limited spaces. Those are my clients. I'm looking to cater for them.
If you had an opportunity to speak to someone who's listening to us talking, where would you say you still need more help?
Well, I still need help in terms of finance because I'm developing a technology of which is expensive at times, especially the manufacturing one, because manufacturing in plastic and 3D is a new technology that needs a little bit of investment. So if I can get some partners who are willing to help in terms of those aspects, then I will be covered.
Wow. Yes. I really would like to take this opportunity and encourage you. Even the fact that you have entered this competition means you are determined. So all the best for all your future endeavors.
Thank you very much.
Mpho, you go by the name of Abuti Spinach, which also is the name of your app business. Tell us more about Abuti Spinach.
My name is Mpho Sakati, but people around the community know me as Abuti Spinach. So yeah, Abuti Spinach is the name that I was given by the grannies around the communities because I used to go around preaching that they should plant spinach, and I was known as Abuti Spinach. Yeah.
So at what point did you decide that you want to do a business, or what gap did you see for you to start the app business?
Okay, the gap that I saw, first of all, is that with agriculture, people who are in agriculture, they are old people. So meaning there's a gap there to bridge, to bring younger people into the agricultural sector. And agriculture itself is not a cool thing. You know, young people like things that are cool. So it was me thinking maybe I can revive agriculture using Abuti Spinach and joining it with technology. As you can see, we are transcending into a technology era.
Yeah. So how is the business doing at this point in time?
Currently, we have 24 farmers who are loyal to Abuti Spinach, and we have workshops that we are hosting with other cooperatives like small NGOs. So we are picking up as Abuti Spinach because we want to launch on the Play Store next year. That's our plan. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
What is the value proposition for Abuti Spinach? What is it that people benefit from? Either do you get subscribers from it? Is that the business model?
Yeah, we get subscribers from it, and what people gain from us, it's a sense of community. Because with agriculture also, you need to build community, especially in townships. Most people don't have cooperatives. Cooperatives fail because there's no sense of community. But you find if there's a WhatsApp group or they're working together, there's an understanding, you find that people are more successful together. So this is what we bring.
I'm glad you are talking about people being more successful together.
Yeah.
Do you think you would ever maybe collaborate and work together with Garden in the Sky?
Yes, most definitely. We've been having some talks. So yeah, because they also, in a sense, in agriculture, they're also going to need training. And training is very expensive. We know training people is very hard. So we've seen a gap also with people like who are starting out in hydroponics. Yes, definitely.
So how much does it cost to subscribe?
So subscription is very cheap, 100 Rand for a month. You get the full access, weather alerts if there's a weather alerts that's coming.
Where to from here? In the next 3 to 5 years, where do you see yourself?
So we see ourselves as the biggest platform in Africa.
Agricultural platform,
agricultural
right?
platform in Africa, because we've been around. We've been to Kigali, we've been to Madagascar, we've been to the US, and we see a very bright future, yeah.
Wow, Mpho, well done.
Thank you so much.
Yolandi, if you were to be given yet another opportunity to pitch your business, what would you say Distal Ministries is all about?
Thank you, Lucky, for the opportunity. Distal Ministry is really all about to take ministry to the marketplace. So for us, I think it was quite difficult because we're the only one that pitched a service. So we couldn't bring a horse. I would love to have bring a horse to this Pitch Your Business. So it's for us to offer a unique blend for our students to come into ministry and into equine therapy.
At this point in time, how many people have enrolled into the school?
So we're just starting next year. So we're just kicking off with the advertising and the marketing. So we've just started.
Tell us about the heart behind this. How did this come about?
The heart is really from God, Lucky. We really want to be obedient because God gave us the vision. We wrote it down, and that's where I want to thank Northwest University, Radio Pulpit, to help us. It's like Habakkuk says, you have to write the vision down on plain tablet so you can run with it. So now we are going to run with the vision, with the business model that they helped us with.
So what is it about horses that brings some form of breakthrough in doing ministry?
So like Winston Churchill once said, there's something about the outside of a horse that's good for man. But with us, we see that there's something about the inside of a horse that's good for healing people. So horses are non-judgmental, They understand our emotion, and they can pick up on our heartbeat. So they are just there to give us the love of God the Father, unconditional love.
Wow. I'm envisioning now someone for the very first time coming into your premises, and they have to do this kind of training so that they can connect with the horse. Tell us, walk us through that process.
So I think I love to start with horse language. Horses they talk the whole time. They whisper first, then they talk, and then they yell. So it's our task to listen to the whispers first. So basic horse instinct, psychology, that's where we'll start. With also the ministry side, knowing God's voice.
Wow, wow. So there's quite a lot to learn in terms of, we always want to talk all the time. We do not want to listen. But let's talk about the business side of this.
So from the business point of view, we want to enroll 30 students so that it will offer us the opportunity to help more people in terms of counseling to come in. So that's where we saw the gap in the market, the need. There's also a growing need for equine assisted therapy instead of a clinical environment.
What is that?
A clinical environment, like going to a hospital, being admitted to mental hospitals. People relate, they need to come out again, out to nature.
Well, I think we don't have enough time to talk about this because it's very interesting. Surely we're going to have an opportunity to talk more about this kind of ministry because it is intriguing indeed. But thank you very much and well done for coming thus far in terms of the competition, Pitch Your Business itself.
Thank you, Lucky, and all the glory to God.
Amen. Thank you very much for joining us on Pitch Your Business. This is a special program coming from TBN Africa. And of course, it is a collaboration. Well, beautiful work amongst, Daniel said between, amongst these entities, the Northwest University, Radio Pulpit, I Am Youth, and TBN Africa. And of course, it is about making a difference in your life from a business perspective. Now, today I do have these wonderful people from the Northwest University and also from Radio Pulpit. And of course, also representing I Am Youth, which is part of Radio Pulpit. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on this program and welcome here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I will start with you, Professor Herman. And I hope I'm not butchering your name.
No.
So Professor Herman is the Deputy Dean of Teaching and Learning Faculty, and of course, Economic and Management Sciences. Did I get that right?
Well, with Faculty of Economic and Management Sciences, the Deputy Dean responsible for teaching and learning.
Oh, okay, the other way around. Welcome here. Thank you very much. And then we also have the Senior Manager for Enterprise Development, Dr. Leonie Greiling.
Thank you.
Welcome. Well, CEO of Radio Pulpit, thank you very much for joining us and welcome here. Sir Karel Verhoef.
Thank you, Lucky. I think my credentials are the shortest here.
And easiest. I know how nerve-wracking it is to introduce.
I can imagine.
Well, pitch your business. How did this come about? Maybe let me start with you, sir.
Well, it started all off with the fact that we are busy empowering young people. And I thought that, you know, we need to broaden the scope of getting the reach out there. And we want to touch and change the lives of young people in South Africa. So I approached Karel and I said, Karel, well, this is my dream. This is something that we want to do. We want to reach out further than just because we initially worked in Gauteng, where the Vanderbijl Park campus is, and also reached out to the Northwest Province, where our other two campuses in Potchefstroom and Mahikeng is. And I said, well, maybe we can broaden the scope of that. So I reached out to Karel and I said, well, this is my dream. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the Northwest University and Radio Pulpit partnering in getting and empowering young people? And then he said, well, we've got I Am Youth as part of Radio Pulpit, and we've hoisted them in. Here we are in Africa. And we're attracting wonderful ideas throughout Southern Africa and Africa. So I think that's the way it started. It's a dream. It's I think something that we need to do to really empower young people in Africa and training them, helping them, supporting them, getting out there.
What is the gap that you had seen for you to have this inspiration?
Unemployment, because there are quite a number of young people that sit at home that want to do something, but there's no work for them. When I joined the Northwest University, they had a slogan to say that the degree that gets you the job. And I said, no. We need to change it around to say that the degree that creates jobs.
Wow.
So we need to create opportunities for people. And I think that's where the whole initiative of entrepreneurship, that's where we started way back in 2010 with the Beehive Enterprise Development Center, empowering young people, students, and the community that we serve. And I think now that we've got this partnership, we can now really broaden that to kill the gap between unemployment and creating your own wealth, being your own boss. And yeah, we've seen it over the past 15 years, exactly like that.
Oh. Just as we were speaking before the interview, I discovered that you are also a creative. We will talk more about how you had dreams that we come up with a TV program specifically addressing this. But Karel, tell us a little bit about the involvement of Radio Pulpit in such a wonderful initiative.
Lucky Radio Pulpit is classified as a community radio station. We are actually, however, a ministry who has the intention of being a daily companion to a lot of people in order to inspire them to have a meaningful relationship with Christ. That is what we want to do. So we are a bit boxed into a community station, but we are a community of interest radio station. We serve the Christian community. And we've been in existence for 43 years now. So Radio Pulpit, being a radio station, we came to the insight that, you know, you cannot only work with people's souls, you must touch them on the ground as well. You know, it doesn't help you tell people to pray and God is with them, but you do not help them in the economic situation or in skills or in just having a better life on earth. How do you know about paradise if you can't give them a glimpse of paradise by creating jobs and something touchable on the ground? So we started this organization called I Am Youth, specifically focusing on the youth, which is a separate organization where we try and empower the youth, the same as Northwest University is trying. And that is where the link and the gel came in, is that we both want to empower youth. And that is how we started working together with the vision that Prof. Herman van der Merwe had. And that is how this whole Pitch Your Business competition started, where Radio Pulpit is proud to be the media partner with TBN, of course. And yeah, we do hope that we will make a significant difference in the economic life of not only young people. I mean, it's not restricted to young people. It's open to all listeners at Radio Pulpit, irrespective of their ages or races. We especially want youth people to be empowered.
I'm young at heart.
Both of you, I don't think you understand the amount of scratching where it is itching in terms of really hitting the call to pitch the business. And therefore, as far as I'm concerned, you are pioneers, leaders. But also, I think you go far as far as your friendship is concerned. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm also a part-time pastor at a congregation in Pierre Vereineveld Centurion. And Prof. Herman happens to be one of my members of the congregation. He and his family has been part of it for decades. I saw his children growing up in front of me. And I think that was the natural link there.
Wow. The reason why I'm asking this from a TBN perspective is because the church is expected to do a lot. And yet you were speaking about us as the church being boxed. And here is God speaking to the two of you so that we extend the church towards just the walls of the church. So for me, this is really wonderful work to be involved in. And especially because now you have a plethora, hopefully we will have a number of other organizations that will get involved from a financial perspective, from even blowing the horn perspective and saying, guys, there are people that are really doing something wonderful. So I think I want to use this opportunity and say thank you for your obedience, for listening to God and just implementing this. Now, from an enterprise development perspective, I'm sure you are excited to be involved with this. What kind of reaction have you seen, not only from the university students' perspective, but from the rest of Africa?
Yes, I'm certainly excited. This ties in directly with the work that we do. And as Herman and Cara indicated, we really want to have an impact on our community. And for the university, it's extremely important for us to really do community engagement and so on. So yeah, this is a wonderful thing for us to be able to be involved in. In terms of the responses that we've seen, people constantly give us feedback. So this is not only just for Pitch Your Business competition, but for all of the other initiatives that we have as well. The feedback that we constantly get is, it changed my life.
Wow.
You opened my eyes.
Wow.
You gave me new avenues to explore. You gave me hope. Because especially people that are unemployed, they eventually lose hope. They don't think that they have options. And one of the things that we do is to give them options.
Wow.
Entrepreneurship is a viable option. We give you the tools to be able to start a business. After the competition, for instance, the Pitch Your Business competition, they can continue to engage with us to get incubation services and mentoring and coaching and so on. And we have definitely, not only with the Pitch Your Business competition, but all of the other work that we do, we have seen numerous very successful businesses being started, whereas it might have been not even a seed in the beginning. It has grown into like a mighty oak.
Wow, this is really exciting. Prof, if you were to have an opportunity to speak to someone, an organization, a businessman, a big entity that are listening to what we are talking about and the intentions in terms of impacting young people when it comes to employment and stuff like that, what would you say, how would you say those people should be involved? You can speak to that, Camilla.
Well, I would say that if we can reach out to those people to say that get involved in what we do, because what we're doing currently is really we do it on our own, on our own budgets, with our own money, with our own time, and we want time, because time is money. So if you can get involved with us, donating time, expertise, but also remember, if this young companies get up and go, I think it's so important for them to also receive not just your guidance and wisdom, but also some financial support, because that, at the end of the day, is hampering the young people to go out there. Now, if I say young people, I say young at heart, because I'm 35, and there's other people that look 35 but are not 35. So I think those are the kinds of things that we need, and if we can get out there and ask those people to please get involved, get in touch with us. We've got a whole enterprise development center with quite a number of opportunities for you to get involved in. And these young businesses, these young people, all the people that are involved in those businesses, as I said, need the money, need the startup capital, and some wind under their wings. So that would be some wind under their wings. That would be support and guidance, and obviously that financial thing, that time is also very important.
Wow. Now, you also talk about incubation. What does that entail?
So incubation is definitely not, that thing where you put a little baby in, or that thing where you put an egg in, where you get chickens hatched. But it's something to do with that, because from the idea, when you get the idea, the concept, and Leonie can talk more about that, because they take you through the process of the idea to concept of how your idea can make money. Because making money is one thing. Spending that money wisely is another thing. Yeah. I can share lots of stories with you with people that made money but are very poor at the end of the day because they haven't used the money wisely. Yeah. But that we can talk about later. And then we show them, so we incubate them in a safe space. Yeah. If you can get into a safe space, you can try and expand yourself, you can do things, and in that safe environment, you've got the guidance of the experts that can help you. And that's why I've said, if there are people out there that can help us with that expert services, that'll help us a lot, because there are legal services, financial services, etc., etc. But Leonie, maybe you want to say more about the incubation.
Yes, I wanted to ask, how much leeway is there for failure?
How much leeway is there? How long is a piece of string, Lucky? You know, I think in terms of the capacity building and the support that we can lend, if you have the right tools, you understand, you know, how to go about things, you know what the important things are to look out for when you're developing your business, you know what the pitfalls are and so on, then obviously there's less leeway for failure because you are taking control of the reins, you're steering it. If you are an entrepreneur that start out on your own and you have zero support, you might not even have the knowledge and the experience to develop a business, hey, then there's a lot of leeway for failure. You know, you're quite possibly fairly guaranteed to at least fail once.
The reason why I'm asking this question, and I'm actually posing it to all of you at the same time, is I've heard quite a number of times different people saying, if you are looking for money from me to support or to invest in your business, tell me how much you have failed, because that tells me how much you have tried, but also, most importantly, how much you have learned.
Yes.
And therefore, if you say, no, I have not failed, then I'm not going to give you my money because that is too risky. What is your take? What is your heart pertaining to that?
I fully agree. And one of the things that we in South Africa are very afraid of is failing. And that's heart sore. Because if you go to any international event, the young people or the young businesses will come to you and say, you know what, this is my 3rd, 4th, 5th, 10th time, and I failed. So what we usually say to them is fail fast, but start again.
Fail fast, fail forward.
Fail fast, fail forward. And because that resilience, sometimes, I find that resilience is absent in our young people. And I'm talking young people now, really the students, after COVID. I just feel that as if the young people, we live in an instant era, so they want instant gratification. They want to take a picture, they want to see the picture. I mean, I grew up in a time where you took a picture and you had to wait,
develop it.
and you had to wait how long to develop it, and then you see what you've done and where did you make a mistake. But then the opportunity is gone. Our young people, they want instant gratification. They want to be successful. They want to drive that big, car, and they want to, live in that corner office. But they want it tomorrow, and that to me is something that we need to work on. So at the end of the day, I think that's what we try to do. Give them all the tools that they need to have, and be successful.
What can we expect for entrances for next year?
So obviously we would like to go bigger still, get more people involved. And what we've seen from the first year to this year as being the second year, the numbers grew substantially. More diversified in terms of demographics and so on this year than last year. And we would obviously like to see that trend continue.
And the ideas as well.
The ideas had also grown. And something that I wanted to add on to what Herman had said, in terms of people staying in South Africa. What we are seeing in terms of the entrepreneurs' ideas and the concepts that they are bringing to the table when they enter the Pitch Your Business competition is the majority of them want to change lives and they want to have an impact on their local communities. So those are the kind of people that if they really have an impact on their local communities, they're not about to up and leave. Their heart is here in South Africa and they want to make a difference here. And we want to support that. We want to make sure that they can do that, obviously by supporting them, helping them to grow and so on. Herman mentioned the micro-credentials and so on. So an idea that we're playing around with a little bit is to have an integration of our short learning program for business startups, which contains 10 different micro-credentials, integrate that into the Pitch Your Business competition so that everybody that has participated can walk away with a certificate to say, okay, I did the first, let's say, 3 modules as part of the first phase of the competition. I earned 3 micro-credentials. So even if somebody ultimately does not go on to actually start a business and be successful at it, we have still impacted them very positively personally. And they are more employable, they are more relatable in terms of work colleagues and so on. So there are a lot of things on the horizon. We haven't quite sussed out exactly how we're going to do what next year, but there are exciting things that we are planning.
Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We are still going to be talking a little bit more to the people that entered the competition themselves, hear a little bit of the wonderful ideas that they have. But I said yesterday during the judging session, And I felt a little bit of pity for the young man, I think his surname, Matthew Wambura, because we kept on having some interruptions and stuff like that. And one of the reasons why we were not eager from the very onset to be involved in terms of putting together a TV show was we were like, how would it look like if you have it online as opposed to doing it live? And this is me trying to appeal to whoever is watching to say, please support this initiative, even financially, because I really would love for us to have those Matthew Wamburas coming and being part of this program. Because then I think we will have done much justice in terms of how we involve them. Your thoughts about that?
I fully agree. No, that will be fantastic. If we can get those people involved, get more people involved, get some financial support to
be
really
able to even transport them.
Be able to transport those young people or the businesses to South Africa, or us going to them to see what they are doing there, because that's also something, is to go out there and to see what they do. I mean, it's really, those are the kinds of things that really make a difference. And I mean, if we look at our entrant, the difference that he made in his community, isn't it fantastic?
It's wonderful. It's really wonderful. Yeah. Well, this is Pitch Your Business. There is more to come. Thank you very much for having joined us. Thank you, Carol.
Thank you very much, Lucky.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof. Wow. It really is exciting to see the exuberant people and grateful people being impacted by this initiative by TBN, I Am Youth, Radio Pulpit, and the Northwest University. And of course, you can look forward to us doing this more even in 2025, and we sure hope that you will continue to support us in what we are doing to change the futures of these young people. Until we meet next time, thank you so much. Bye.